That's funny. I had a good laugh just now. I was creating the live stream, and you can make a video based on a previous video, and today's video, I based on, what was it, June 2nd or something, and I changed the number from 2, so it was 2ND to 16TH, but I didn't put the TH, so it said 16ND, and I was just like, what? What is this? Oh, good morning. Callie's on. John Marco's on. Good morning. Awesome. Great to have you guys. Yeah, it's just silly things in life that make you smile, right? Just make you laugh. Today is a special day because one of my daughters, it's her birthday. We've got a big surprise situation. I don't want to say too much. What if she's watching the live stream? But we've got kind of a fun day planned for her. My other daughter that's in driver's ed does not have driver's ed today because of the Juneteenth holiday. Now, I know that's on the 19th, but it is observed today for the school. So that's how the school district decided to do it. The other thing was the cross country for my son. And he still has cross country, but the parking lot is locked up and the weight room is locked up, and there's no way they're going to be able to use all the facilities. I don't even know if they're going to be able to get onto the track. The school's closed today in observance of Juneteenth. I know it's not today, but it's observed today according to the school district. So I may get a call in the middle of this saying, "Hey, your son's just kind of standing out in the middle of the field." Oh gosh, I don't know. Take notes. All are easy. You will love Strands. Quite a pity that the live froze yesterday. Oh, can I just address that for a sec? I'm so sorry about that. I had just finished the connections puzzle. I was just barely going through and showing, my answers and recapping the answers. And literally I was going on the purple one. Remember, I even solved it in color order. And then I was on the purple one, the last one, and the whole thing just blew and my lights went out and I went, "Oh my gosh, the power just went out." And all the battery operated things, or things that have a battery backup, my camera has a battery on it and it was still going. My laptop was still going. My lights were out, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, the power just went out." So I went upstairs and I flicked on a couple of light switches. Sure enough, the power had gone out. And my electric company has an app, and I was scrolling through and it said, "Oh, you're not going to get power again for another 3 hours." We were going to be gone by then, So I'm like, okay, well, shoot. So I got my kids up, got them ready to do what we had to do yesterday. We were going to drive somewhere pretty far, and then the power came back on an hour and a half later, and so I was like, "I got time." Yeah, remember Mr. Incredible? He goes, "Yeah, I've got time." So I dive in and I finish the live stream. Well, the problem is, according to YouTube, I was still live all of that time. And so 0 people or, occasional people watching a dead live stream kills your engagement, right? So even though I technically streamed for 2 hours or whatever, very few people watched, and that killed my engagement. And I only got a fraction of the watch time I usually get because YouTube quit pushing out this live stream because it was dead, right? It was literally nobody watching, a dead live stream. And then when I did actually go back on, very few people watched it. And I was like, man, this is going to kill my engagement. But, lots of us are on right now. So I think we're doing okay. maybe I'm not dead in the water. But yeah, I just want to apologize. On that app, it says, how many people are affected and how fast do they think they can fix it and all that. And they fixed it way earlier than they thought they would. It was fixed in about, an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half. And they said it was going to be more like 3 hours. So I was very grateful for that. But it also said that over 1,000 households were affected. So something huge happened. Some huge breaker somewhere got knocked out. We were texting, all my neighbors. I have such good neighbors. and we were all texting each other and just, hey, are you out of power? Oh yeah, they said this. Da da da. Sharing what information we knew. But our whole neighborhood was just wiped out yesterday. It was crazy. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. In terms of engagement too, I don't think that hurt me too bad either. All right, well, enough talk. Let's do the connections puzzle. Let's dive in. All right, so I see ship shape, inanimate, carbon rod, inanimate carbon rod. That's a joke from The Simpsons. That's funny. The inanimate carbon rod gets employee of the month over Homer. Homer's mad because the inanimate carbon rod got employee of the month before he did. Glass, wooden, bracket, garnish, busboy, trainee, flat, straw, blank, hook, coaster, and curtain. Okay. So, I see a couple of things you can hang things on, like a hook, a rod, a bracket, maybe like a curtain rod, bracket, hook. Am I barking up the wrong tree there? No, I'm not. That's exactly what they were looking for. Oh boy. Okay, well, we're off to a great start. That's funny. Inanimate, busboy, ship shape. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Are there others? Because I see inanimate is mate, right? A shipmate. Bus boy. You can have a boy on a ship. This has the word rain in it. This has, of course, the word shape in it. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree there. Glass, straw, coaster, and a garnish. If you buy like a Bloody Mary, it comes with those things. What a drink is served with. Okay, we are batting 1,000, guys. One of these is the hardest, and one of these is the easiest. Okay. We're on to something here. Busboy. Trainee. Oh, duh. I'm... Bus. Train. Ship. Car. Starting with methods of transportation: bus boy, carbon, ship shape, and trainee. And then we've got blank, inanimate, flat, and wooden. These are just plain Jane, right? Very expressionless. Okay, I don't know if I'd call that the most straightforward, though. Some of those words were not super straightforward. Is Bloody Mary my go-to drink? No, I don't. So one thing, I don't drink alcohol at all, but I do know a lot about it. Surprisingly, I know what a Collins glass is versus a Stein versus a red wine glass. I can tell all the glasses apart. But what's my go-to drink? I know it's a cop-out, but what's my go-to drink if I were to go to, say, a casino? I would get probably a Shirley Temple. I know I'm blank, flat, inanimate, and wooden, right? If I just had my choice of like what am I drinking today, I will be drinking probably an Arnold Palmer, half lemonade, half iced tea. I love that stuff. Oh my gosh, is it good for me? No. Yeah, but a Bloody Mary, right? It has tomato juice in it. Yeah, it's spicy. Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried it. I could not tell you. but that was the first thing that popped into my head. Because I know that one has a garnish, right? The garnish, you dunk a piece of celery into it. Yeah, a lot of times drinks have a garnish on top of them. Yeah, I don't know if I would have called the yellow category the most straightforward today. It didn't speak to me today. The green category, drapery, hanging items. You have a bracket, a curtain, right? You put a curtain on a curtain rod, a hook, and a rod. I actually need to hang up some curtains in my house. Not curtains, blinds. So I've got some blinds I need to install. We bought the blinds. They're the right size and everything. I just need to install them. So many projects at my house. We've just got so many things going on. The life of a teacher in the summer, right? People are always like, oh, you're so lucky you get the summer off. I'm like, who said I had it off? What? This is not off by any means. I work on all the projects I've been putting off during the school year. Is that what you mean? Between that and building my YouTube channel. Yeah. Oh, your order was purple first. Okay, I could see that. That kind of stood out. And then yellow. Interesting. Drapery. Oh, and drapery was last. Interesting. Straightforward because it's just synonyms. Yeah, I agree with you, John Marco. It's just synonyms. That's straightforward definition of the yellow. Yeah, that's true. When something stands out like bus boy, ship shape, I'm like, okay, what do we mean here? The blue category was what a drink is served with: a coaster, garnish, glass, and a straw. Right? You might have a lemon or a rim of salt around the outside edge for a margarita, that kind of thing. Starting with methods of transportation: a bus boy, bus; carbon, car; ship shape, ship; and trainee, train. That's funny. Expressionless, right? That was the yellow category. A lot of you guys got it first, but I don't know. It just didn't speak to me. It didn't stand out. It was blank, flat, inanimate, and wooden. I love that. The inanimate carbon rod. Great start. Wine is writing funny puzzles lately. Okie doke. And then let's play the mini. Was it yesterday or the day before that the mini was just enormous? It was just like the biggest puzzle ever. I'm like, this is not mini anymore. I know like the actual New York Times crossword puzzle is enormous, but to have like 18, wasn't it like 18 clues? I'm like, gee, this is huge. Slow blank, primate with big eyes. Slow sloth? I don't know if you'd call that a slow sloth. Isn't it just a sloth? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got the totally wrong word there. Title character who says, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat. Is that Alice from Alice in Wonderland? I could be totally wrong on both of those. National mammal of the United States. We have a national mammal? Is that a marmot? What is that? Mammal. I was going to say eagle, but that's a bird, not a mammal. We'll come back. Something to RSVP for. I'm thinking a party. We're going to have a little party today for my daughter. It's her birthday today. Word commonly mixed up with fewer. Fewer, maybe less. What would you mix up with fewer? I think less. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong with all of these. Where care instructions are often found on a garment. That's like on the collar, right? Maybe I'm wrong with all of these. Main ingredient in tapenade. What is tapenade? I don't know. Gets up. Okay, I'm thinking some of these are wrong. I even wonder if both of those are wrong. Gets up. I think this one is wrong too. Because here, gets up, rises, main ingredient in tapenade. What is in tapenade? I know, it's olive. Olives. I've had tapenade before. Where care instructions are often found. I thought where the label is. No, it's just the label. Way to overthink that one. Array on a touchscreen. Array on a touchscreen. I don't know. Email status is either sent or read. I don't know. Here, let's come back to some of these. Slow. I don't know. That one's not coming to me. Maybe it's not read. Maybe it's sent. Oh, it is. It is. Absolutely, because this one is bison. National mammal of the United States, bison. I don't know that, but I know that bison has 5 letters and starts with B-I-S. Oh, you started with wakes for instead of rises. Yeah, I don't know. Just it could be lots of 5-letter words there, you know. Something to RSVP for, an event. Not necessarily a party, just an event. Oh, array on a touchscreen. Of course, icons. And sent. There it is. There it is. Okay, so let's go back to the puzzle and slow loris? That's a new one for me. Oh, thank you. Callie, I will tell my daughter happy birthday for you. On your behalf. Slow loris. Primate with big eyes. Okay. Do you all know what this is? Slow loris. Wow, that really does have big eyes. No way. Is that a thing? Check that out. Look at this guy. A slow loris. Huh. Interesting. How have I never heard of this animal? And why is it specifically a slow loris? Like, imagine if you just like lived your entire life with that attribute, that one worst attribute about you. It's like, oh yeah, there's redhead Paul, you know, like that would feel kind of weird, right? The slow loris. You have an adjective attached to your name, to your whole species. That's a funny idea. All right. Title character who said, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat. Alice in Wonderland. National mammal of the United States is a bison. I will remember that. For what? I don't know, but I will remember that. The bison. Something to RSVP for, an event. Word commonly mixed up with fewer, less. Those are 2 distinct words that mean similar things. Where care instructions are often found on a garment, those are on the label. I thought it was asking where does the label go? Like the label's on your collar, the label's in like a pocket or something, on the inside lapel. No, it is the label itself. That's what they were looking for. Main ingredient of tapenade is olives. Olives are a hotly debated subject in my family. I love every olive. Name an olive, I will eat it. I love it. I love every olive. My kids tend to just love like black olives, you know, those classic canned black olives. They'll do green olives occasionally, but they don't like my favorite one, and I'm so sad about it. My favorite type of olive is the red ones, the Kalamata olives. Oh my gosh, I could eat that with everything. I could eat scrambled eggs and put some Kalamata olives next to it. I could eat a sandwich, put Kalamata olives on it. Oh, they're just divine. They're so good. They are so good. But my kids don't love them. They'll tolerate a green olive. They love black olives. But they they don't go for my favorite one. My very favorite one, the Kalamata olives, they don't go for. So you can't win them all, though. You can't win them all. Okay, gets up, rises, or like Callie said, wakes. Yeah, you wake in the morning, you get up. Rises. Array on a touchscreen. Icons. Yeah, different icons you can tap on. And then email status. I said read to begin with, READ, but it is sent, right, from the sent box. Okay. And then let's play the Wordle. Let's see how we're doing with the Wordle. We got, wasn't that yesterday we did Ghost? Or was it Ghoul? I think it was Ghost. Oh, yeah, because there was a T at the end. And I guessed something that had a, it wasn't a laugh. I think it was Laugh. Was that yesterday or the day before? It must have been 2 days ago because I'm like discrediting what's going on, what happened yesterday. And I remember you guys were there when I did the Wordle with Ghost. And so it must have been yesterday, or it must have been 2 days ago, because yesterday was a total wash because the power went out. I did get back on, but it was, kind of too little too late. YouTube just deemed my live stream dead in the water. So my engagement went to pot. Okay. So, what about... How about bound? No help at all. Actually, didn't I play this word as my second? I'm pretty sure I played this one as my second. No freaking way. No way. Okay. Well, whatever it is, it's a word that sounds a lot like party. Okay, or do we guess a non-intersecting word? A couple days ago we played taffy, and it made sense to guess on the third. For this one, it's like deceivingly, it's like, oh, you got it. Yeah, you'd probably want to guess something else. I wonder if it's pity, right? Pitty, but I want to confirm that by guessing something else. How about this one? Slime. Tell me if there's an I. It's not. Okay. There it is. That tells me. It was not pity. Oh no, duh, I'm an idiot. Pity is a 4-letter word. Pitty. Pitty. There's not two. Oh, but petty. Hold on. Petty, that's a word. Could be a double T. Could it be something else, though? Pecty. Puty. Pegty. Oh my gosh, what if it's petty? Let's try it. There it is. Okay. I got that one based on an error in my brain. That's really funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, I had it in my head that pity, like, oh, what a pity, was Pitty. No, pity has one T. Am I wrong with that? I think pity has one T. And then I'm thinking through, like, what else could go there? No, how about petty? Petty. Petty. Quite a pity you didn't get my reference earlier. Oh, did you? Quite a pity that the live froze yesterday. You did. At least you didn't like straight up just give me the answer, right? You could have just spoon-fed me the answer, but you didn't. You didn't. You're playing these mind games with me. I don't mind it. It's funny that it goes right over my head, though. That's funny. It just whooshes right over my head. Okay, so we started with the word bound, which was no help. And then a non-intersecting word with bound was party. And, oh my gosh, look at that. Party gave us 3 greens. P and a TY at the end. So then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, it's probably pity, P-I-T-T-Y. And then, I don't know where my head was at, but pity, I don't think is a word, P-I-T-T-Y. That's not a word. And then I'm thinking through, and I'm like, wait a sec. Petty is a word. So that was it. That was it. You know, you can't win them all, but this one we did. We did. Okay, so then we'll play the Strands. Cool. Keynotes. Is this about presenting? Is this about keynote speakers? Like a guest speaker? Keynotes. Or this is about playing the piano. Keys on a piano, you know what I mean? Hang on. Piano. I see the word piano. I think we're I think we got this figured out. Sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sweet. What are other words about playing on a piano? Sonata. Piano. Like piano player, piano. I'm hooked on finding this spangram first thing because it's piano something. It's got to be. How about just a tune? Wait, I'm spelling it wrong. Nocturne. Nocturne is not one of them? A nocturne is a piece of... How is nocturne not... Oh, it has an E on the end. It has an E on the end. Okay. Here. Piano... pieces. Okay, that's funny. That's really funny because piano pieces is kind of a play on words. Notes, right? There's like the parts of a piano. The notes are keys, right? Keys are parts of a piano, the pieces. And yet we have like music pieces. How about a minuet? How about a duet? When all else fails, put an E on the end. I can see duet. Oh, here's one. Etude. The etude. Okay, and we just have one left, and it is... prelude. Haha. There it is. Piano pieces. Yeah, keyboard, strings, pedals. The actual, like, physical pieces of a piano. That's funny. All right. So today's theme was keynotes, piano pieces. There's the suite, the nocturne, which apparently has an E on the end, the minuet, the etude, prelude, and a sonata. Nice. Good. I play a variety of musical instruments, but the piano, sadly, is not one of them. I can play the right hand really well. I can hack through the left hand as well, but putting them together is very, very challenging for me, which is funny coming from a drummer, right? Coming from a guy that literally can play 4 things independently on each hand, or a hand and a foot. But putting it together on a piano is very challenging for me. I don't know bass clef super well, so to read treble clef, I can do that very well. But to put together what I see on the left side in the bass clef, I don't know very well. I actually know why too. I know why. I kind of wish that I knew better. Maybe I just need to take lessons or something. Maybe that'll be my midlife crisis. I take piano lessons. I'd rather take drum lessons though, because I'm self-taught. But it would be interesting to sit down and just sort of like, maybe I need flashcards or something. The reason I know that I'm not super good, I already know where this error in my brain came from. When I was, I think, in 3rd grade, the band instructor from the middle school came to my elementary school and sat us each down one by one and said, "Hey, are you interested in some of these instruments?" And there was, a clarinet or a saxophone or a drum or whatever. I don't think I had the choice of a drum, but I looked at it and there was a trumpet there. I was like, oh, that could be kind of fun. So I sat there and tried to play the trumpet, and I made a couple of, probably terrible noises. And he was like, "All right, you're in." And so the very next year, I started into the band at my middle school. Or I guess he started kind of an elementary school because we weren't in middle school yet. But he started kind of an elementary band. And then playing in that, he was like, "Yeah, we need some low brass." And so he switched me from the trumpet to the euphonium, which is a larger, kind of a small tuba. But he was like, "Okay, I'll make it easy for you. You don't have to learn bass clef. You can just learn treble clef." And so all of my music was in treble clef. Well, come to find out later in my life, most music for the euphonium is in bass clef, and I should have been learning bass clef instead. I think it was a little bit of a disservice to have me learn a bass clef instrument in treble clef, because even today, I don't know bass clef super well. Ask me to read some notes on a bass clef, and I will sit there and count from the E. I'll count from the G. I'll count down from the, it's not as obvious to me. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a quirk of my brain. Everyone has quirks on their brain. O, E-I-E-I-O, R, P, G, N, L, D. Well, okay, so I didn't really finish that story. Callie says, do you need bass clef for drums? No. Typically it's written in generic, typically it's written in treble clef just to make it easier, but typically in music notation for drums, each of the different things, whether it's your ride cymbal or your snare or your, bass drum, whatever, is on the treble clef line. So like your snare is typically on the C line. Your bass drum, I think, is on the F line, or the space between cymbals, right? It's all different, different lines, and you get to understand kind of where that happens in the lines. Lines or spaces, could be either one. But I play other instruments too. I play bass, I play guitar, I still bust out my trumpet every once in a while. That one I had way back in 3rd grade. It's the same trumpet, the same, from all this time ago. I've been trying to teach myself accordion. If you look on my channel, there's actually a couple of videos of me playing songs, different musical instruments, and I'm playing all the instruments. And singing, of course. I'd love to make a couple more of those in my oodles of spare time, right? Love to make some more of those where I'm playing all the different instruments at in a band all at the same time. It's pretty fun. Okay, I thought at first I saw the word vapor, but I can't play vapor because of the V and the A on the same side. Yeah, with that ing, right? We got ing, so a lot of things could happen there. There's no S. I always love the S because we can always, go back to that and then start another one with the S. Driver, like Adam Driver. Good soup. Oh, I didn't hit enter. Driver. Hit enter between words, kids. How about roping, like calf roping? Glare. Okay, we have to do it in 4, and here's our 4th word, you. That was not a hard puzzle today. That was not challenging. Solved within 4 words. What was the puzzle yesterday? Okay, Wolverine and earbud. Neat. Wolverine and earbud. I had all sorts of words written down yesterday. Train, plout, kip, bride, and video. Oh no, those were old words. I had bride and video written down. It's like, wait, there's letters you're saying that are not even in there. What is the deal? Okay. Yeah, so the word driver led us to R for roping, the G for glare, and then we just needed to get rid of the W, so we said U, like a mama sheep, the U. Oh, nice. All right, let's recap. Today's connections puzzle. I love that you guys are like lots of like subliminal messaging. At this point, it is subliminal messaging with your telegraphing answers, but I'm not picking them up. I'm just dense in the head. You, E-W-E, you are amazing. Thank you. All right, so the green category today. It's funny, I saw that one first. Callie said he saw that one last. Drapery hanging items, the bracket, curtain, the hook, and the rod. What a drink is served with. Maybe you get a coaster, a garnish of some kind, a glass, and a straw. I am often the designated driver, and I will get an Arnold Palmer. Sadly, a lot of places will not have iced tea, and I'm like, really? I don't want just lemonade. Give me an Arnold Palmer. They're delicious. Actually, though, if I get a Shirley Temple somewhere, then the garnish is a maraschino cherry, which I love. Hey, Lipo, how you doing? Welcome. You're just catching the recap at this point. Yeah, he has not been, just to be clear, he's not been gaslighting me. He's been playing mind games. He's been subliminally telegraphing me answers, and I don't get them until after I put in my answer, and I go, oh, that was a telegraphed answer. What a drink is served with: garnish, coaster, glass, and straw. Starting with methods of transportation: bus boy, car for carbon, ship shape, and trainee. That's clever. That's funny that Callie saw that one first, too. And then the yellow category: expressionless, blank, flat, inanimate, and wooden. Your mother-in-law does that to you, but in a mean and evil way. Yeah, that is actually called gaslighting. That's... I have a wonderful wonderful mother-in-law that would never do that to me. Slow loris. I actually had to look that one up, you guys. Slow loris. If you're wondering, a mammal or primate, with giant eyes. Look at those eyes. That right there. It's called a slow loris. I did not know that. So slow loris, primate with big eyes. Title character who says, I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat? That's Alice in Wonderland. National mammal of the United States, the bison. How did I not know that? What kind of American am I and not know the bison? Jeez. Something to RSVP for. An event. Yeah, I first said party, but that didn't work with all the other stuff. Event. Word commonly mixed up with fewer, less. Yeah. Where care instructions are often found on a garment, on the label. The main ingredient of a tapenade is olive. It's like an olive pate. Delicious. You guys never forget my favorite olive, right? The red ones, right? Kalamata olives. Oh, never touch? Really? Oh, they're cute but very dangerous. Interesting. John Marco says that the slow loris is very dangerous. Never touch. My first instinct is to hold it. Of course, with those big bright eyes. Gets up, rises. Some people said wakes, then had to change it. Array on a touchscreen. Icons. Too many icons. I took a funny video, a screen capture on my phone. I was attempting to move a new icon into a folder I had made. You know, on the iPhone, you can throw things. I think you can do it on Android too. But you can throw it into different folders. And every time I would bring the icon close to the folder would move. And then I'd bring it away, and it would come back. And I'd move it close, and it would go away. And I'm like, this is infuriating. I was trying to put this icon into it. I think I was able to do it when I snuck up on it and put it from underneath. From underneath, you can put it in. But just to drag it to the side, it wants to change places with the folder instead of putting the icon in the folder. All right, email status. At first I said read, but it was sent. Sent. Throw it in your sent box. All right. Next ones, we got the Wordle. I started with bound, which was no help at all. And then a non-intersecting word, which was party. How lucky is that? Because I've got three green letters. And then instead of just diving in and like, oh, what could it be? I'm like, oh, well, duh, maybe petty. And then it occurred to me that pity is not spelled P-I-T-Y. It's spelled, or P-I-T-T-Y. It's spelled P-I-T-Y. And then John Marco reminded me that the very first thing out of his mouth today was that they have was that he was telegraphing an answer to me right at the beginning. What? John Marco says they have venom in their elbows. The slow loris has venom in their elbows. Why do you know that? That's funny. All right, and the Strands puzzle today. This was a great one. Key notes. This is all about the piano, specifically piano pieces. A suite, a minuet, a nocturne, a sonata, a prelude, and an etude. Etude. It looked like duet, didn't it? D-U-E-T. But there's a hanging E there. But spell it backwards. Etude. Okay. And then letterbox today. We have the word driver, which led to the R for roping. You're right. The ing came in handy. And then the G led us to glare. And then the E for U. E-U-E. E-W-E. E-U-E. Maybe I need to go back to bed. Actually, I don't need to go back to bed. I need to go see if my son is sitting in the parking lot going, where's my dad? Because today the whole school is closed down, but the cross-country coach insisted that they still have a running training. So they may be on the running track. Unless the running track is closed today. Hopefully they're not, trespassing today. because of observance of Juneteenth. I know Juneteenth is a couple days from now. I think it's on the 19th, right? But they're observing it today. And so driver's ed was canceled. Lots of things were canceled, but the track coach or the cross-country coach, he said, yeah, let's still run, even though the weight room is closed and everything else. So a little tricky when when it's closed. Yep. So my son might be sitting in the amphitheater or something going, where are you? So I told him I'd pick him up when he's done, but maybe they're already done. I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. I'm ready to play mind games with you tomorrow. Oh no. Already. All right. Well, you guys are great. Thanks for a great chat. Thanks for a great stream. Thanks for telegraphing answers to me, whether I pick them up or not, sadly. My square brain. Oh gosh. You guys are great. Yeah, fun. Go enjoy your Monday, whatever you're doing today. And I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.